Welcome everyone to the virtual presentation of Allen Robinson's Evening Within Reach. I am Kenzie K from B96. You can catch me 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. And this year looks a little different than last. This is our annual fundraising event here in Chicago for the Within Reach Foundation. We're excited to have you watching and participating along with us tonight. We have some exciting entertainment lined up for you, and hopefully we'll be able to raise a lot of money in support of the Within Reach Foundation. Initially, we had hoped to be together, in person in event tonight. However, due to COVID-19, we felt it was in the best interest of everyone that we move to a fully virtual broadcast of this event. Thank you for your flexibility and understanding as we made these adjustments. While we've all been affected in some ways by the COVID-19 pandemic, there are some who have felt this impact the hardest. Low-income youth already have barriers to accessing the types of resources that you and I take for granted. And with schools closing their doors for the foreseeable future, and these students have virtually no access to resources while learning from home. And when most of these kids rely on the free and reduced lunch program for their daily meals, many are forced to go without while the schools remain closed. Their need is felt every minute of every day, and we are here tonight to reduce that burden for them. Before we get started with our program for the evening, I would like to introduce the man you've all logged on to see, the namesake of the Within Reach Foundation. Let's hear from Allen Robinson.
Hello, everyone. And thank you for joining us tonight for our first ever virtual and Evening Within Reach event presented by Jewel Osco. It means so much to me that you guys have taken time out of your busy schedule to join us this evening. I was looking forward to hosting you in person this fall, but we felt circumstances called for a virtual event instead. We truly appreciate the flexibility for you guys doing this virtually. We have a great lineup for entertainment tonight with some fundraising mixed in along the way. All proceeds raised tonight will support the Within Reach Foundation and our mission to provide meals and educational resources to low-income children here in Chicago, especially those most impacted by COVID. We know it's been a tough year for everyone. We've never seen anything like this before. These kids have been greatly affected. Together we can do our part to make sure that the quality of their life can be as high as possible. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have fun, and please consider bidding on auction items and making donations.
Now, just a few quick announcements before we get started with our live entertainment. Make sure you are registering on GiveSmart to bid on auction items and make donations throughout the evening. Please be sure to share the auction link with your friends. You're always on social media. Even if they are not watching, they can still bid online. Participate in our social media contest by posting photos of you watching the event and tag the foundation for a chance to win a Bears football signed by Allen Robinson. Everyone who registers on GiveSmart by the end of the event tonight will be entered for a chance to win an Allen Robinson signed football and game-worn gloves. Lastly, anyone who donates $100 on GiveSmart before the end of the event tonight will be entered for a chance to win a pair of Allen Robinson's game-worn cleats. If you are having technical problems at all, please connect with the PSAV staff through the support link on the top of your site. Lastly, we hope you are all enjoying your steak dinner and wine pairing tonight, courtesy of Morton's The Steakhouse. We'd be remiss if we didn't recognize our sponsors who helped make tonight possible, including our presenting sponsor, Jewel Osco. With your support, the Within Reach Foundation is able to provide critically needed educational resources and hunger relief to the Chicago students who need it the most. After the event, be sure to click on the sponsor's logo and visit their website. Continue enjoying your wine. We're now going to take a quick 2-minute break.
I've been with Jewel for over 40 years. No matter what is going on within the world, we still have a job to do.
We're watching out for each other, just like family.
I've been humbled and blessed by this team in ways I can't even imagine. If that doesn't exemplify Chicago strong, I don't know what does.
In a second, we're going to take a deeper look at what the foundation does to change lives. But first, be sure you're registering on GiveSmart and bidding on our auction items. Donate $100 in the next hour for a chance to win Allen's game-worn cleats And make sure you stay tuned through the 8 o'clock hour as we have some great entertainment coming up. Right now, we have special appearances by Alan's good friends, former Bear Israel Adesanya and quarterback Nick Foles.
What's going on, everyone? I'm former Bear Israel Adesanya. Wanted to stop by and say hello. I really appreciate every single one of you supporting Alan and the Within Reach Foundation, the work that they're doing to support and uplift families, children in the city of Chicago, to help them get back on their feet. It's so important. Thank you for being a part of that. Alan, keep doing your thing. Congratulations on the season so far. Hey, keep getting it done. We love and appreciate you. What you might not know, everyone, is I'm actually starting a second fund that is going to put the money aside necessary to make sure, wherever the team is, wherever the Bears are, wherever Alan needs to be, we're going to put together a fund. So I'm calling on you also to support that Allen Robinson fund that's going to allow him to remain a Bear for as long as he wants to be, all right? All jokes aside, I appreciate y'all showing up, support, and give generously tonight. Support these kids, support the families. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Bear down.
Hi, this is Nick Foles of Chicago Bears. I just want to talk a few minutes about Allen Robinson's An Evening Within Reach. I was talking with Allen recently about his foundation and what they do, and he had shared with me that they provide children during Christmas time with gifts that normally probably wouldn't be able to get gifts. I know they're planning on the 2021 school year providing those kids with school supplies so they can do their best in school. And then also constructing reading rooms and boys and girls clubs. Allen's a great example of someone that is not only using his platform playing in the NFL to better himself as a player and a teammate, but also to better those around him by using his platform to impact the community. I would encourage y'all to join forces with him for his causes. I know I am, to help these children and to help these causes and use our platforms in a positive way. I'm grateful for y'all who tuned into this event. I know it's different times and everyone's social distancing, but I know I'm personally truly grateful to be a part of this. I'm grateful for Allen inviting me to this and for him being my teammate. It really has been a joy in my first year in Chicago, but I just encourage y'all to join forces with them, and I hope y'all enjoy your evening.
Allen has delivered for Chicago on the field and also off the field. The mission of Allen Robinson's Within Reach Foundation is to provide educational opportunities and resources to low-income and inner-city Chicago students to help put success within reach. In the past, the foundation has mainly accomplished this through the Reach for a Book Reading Zones program. These reading zones provide students at the local Boys and Girls Club with access to hundreds of age-appropriate books and comfortable space that fosters a love of reading and learning. This year, however, the foundation has adjusted its outreach to meet the new and changing needs created by the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead of launching a new Reach for a Book room, the Within Reach Foundation is instead allocating its resources towards providing take-home educational kits through our partners at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Chicago. These kits will provide students with the new age-appropriate books, fun science experiments, and other resources to make learning fun and keep these kids engaged while school remains closed. Additionally, the foundation has taken on a new component to its outreach: hunger relief. In the city of Chicago, 80% of public school students are reliant on the free and reduced lunch program for their daily meals. Without access to school, these kids are going hungry every day. Allen partnered with the Greater Chicago Food Depository earlier this year to get meals into the hands of these kids. So far, this partnership has distributed 30-pound food boxes to 1,200 in-need Chicago families. That's 36,000 pounds of food, over 18 tons. But we aren't stopping here. We are officially incorporating hunger relief into the foundation's mission as this need continues to be critical. These kids need our help now more than ever. We are about to show a video that will demonstrate the impact that the Within Reach Foundation has created to better address the problems from the global pandemic.
Allen Robinson's Within Reach Foundation has always focused on providing educational opportunities to children in need. However, this year has created a host of new hardships. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced the foundation to alter its outreach. leading to a new hunger relief focus and the opportunity to provide at-home educational resources to students from low-income households whose schools are shut down. As the global pandemic created unprecedented need in our community, the Within Reach Foundation sprang into action, partnering with the Greater Chicago Food Depository to aid in the dire hunger relief efforts.
The Greater Chicago Food Depository is Chicago's food bank. We're committed to feeding anyone facing hunger and also eliminating the root causes of hunger. Even before the pandemic, 1 in 8 people in Cook County experience food insecurity on any given day. Food insecurity is defined by somebody that doesn't know where their next meal is going to come from. And so there are many people that are in this position, many new people that have not been in this position before. Because of the pandemic right now, 1 in 3 households with children are experiencing food insecurity. In some communities, the Black and Latino communities, there's much more need. And so we've established new relationships with organizations within these communities. As a giving officer at the Greater Chicago Food Depository, one of my roles is to work with individuals and their foundations. Got a call from Alan's foundation. We started talking about the great need for food here in Chicago. I know Alan was concerned about that. As a result of Alan Robinson's Within Reach Foundation's generous efforts, we were able to provide 90,000 meals to kids and families in Chicago.
While hunger relief has become an integral focus of the foundation, a critical need for educational outreach has only intensified in the community during the pandemic.
What we know is that our kids come with lower literacy levels, and that leads to other things such as behavior problems, and then later in life, joblessness or bigger issues such as homelessness. So we're actually sitting in a room that is a part of the Allen Robinson Within Reach Foundation. The foundation centers around reading and literacy acquisition for youth. This really gives kids a place to come, grab a book, have a safe, quiet place to read and study. They love this space. It is very popular. Then, of course, Allen Robinson, so they all know who that is. When kids see people who look like them come back to their communities, that gives kids hope. Like somebody cared enough about them to say, oh, we'll give you something, and it's yours, and they take care of it and respect it. COVID has certainly changed a whole lot, especially in the way that we implement programming. We implemented Club for Home kits, and what we do is we package about 500 kits every 2 to 3 weeks, and then the club leaders hand deliver those kits to the kids' homes. Inside of those kits, there are activities, art activities, STEM activities. We give them snacks and foods that they like. And then we always include something for the family. Definitely the Allen Robinson Within Reach Foundation has taught us in a time like this to be kind and just to give whatever it is that we can give to somebody who's in need. More than ever, any little bit helps. No donation is too small.
Our community is facing dire and ever-changing needs as a result of the pandemic, and children from low-income households are suffering the most. Allen Robinson's Within Reach Foundation is looking to the future with these community partners to address new and ever-changing needs in the COVID-19 world we live in now.
We've just received some exciting news. Allen will be donating $40,000 to the foundation, and he wants you to help match it. So again, let's welcome Allen Robinson.
How you guys doing tonight? Thank you for having me.
Allen, we are so excited that you are joining us. That was via Zoom, so there may be a little pause here and there. Okay, but we want to hear a little bit about the foundation and all you're doing in this new year, especially addressing COVID-19.
Yeah, so the biggest difference with us is partnering with Greater Chicago Food Depository, because that was something that we didn't necessarily originally have kind of scoped it in the plan. You know, it was more so focused on educational resources and things like that, you know. So again, for the first couple of years, you know, our main focus was, you know, our back to school program, our Operation ELF event, and also the reading room, you know. So with us seeing how the pandemic was going, seeing how many children and families were in need of food, we had the opportunity to do that, and I think that has been huge for us this year.
No, absolutely. You've done an incredible job. And one thing I'll say about Allen Robinson is he really is the person that you see tonight. I feel like a lot of people aren't sure, when they're interacting with foundations, and some people are kind of doing it for the look. Allen, it seems like you just really care about Chicago and the people in this city.
Definitely. Chicago is very similar to Detroit. Growing up in Detroit, you see the necessary needs and things like that for kids, whether it be food, whether it be educational opportunities, whether it be extracurricular opportunities and things like that. So for me, being in Chicago, having a very similar demographic, in the inner city of Chicago, me just kind of figuring out, coming here a few years ago, trying to find my niche and how I can help in the community, we've been able to do that. And also that's a credit to the community of Chicago, because they're just as big a part of this as me. They're the ones that are on this Zoom tonight. They're the ones that are donating. They're the ones that are helping us, achieve what our goals are to help the community.
Now, Allen, I've had the privilege of meeting your family at the in-person events, prior to all the mask wearing and COVID-19. And you seem like you've come from just such a wonderful family and great background. So is that like what inspired you? What exactly pushed you to start this and want to help? Because you have this amazing background, so it wasn't necessarily the struggle of going through it on your own.
Definitely, my parents and my family have definitely been a huge part of that. Again, growing up for me, being able to have some of those educational opportunities, food and things like that, for myself, as I was going through college and as I got into the league, it was about, how can we figure a way to give back to the community? How can we figure a way to help out others who are a little bit less fortunate, So again, for us and having them as a supporting, cast with me, we've been able to put together a great foundation and really achieve the things that we set out, relatively quickly in Chicago.
Well, thank you for making that come to fruition and helping the city. We're going to hear more from Allen soon because he is joining us live. So now that you've seen the impact, please consider opening your wallets and head to the GiveSmart to make your donation right now. Support this mission while it matters most. Just $100 could feed 2 families for a month. Think about the impact you could be creating. Please consider donating right now.
Yeah, I'm burning it up. DPGC, you should be turning it up. CBT, LBC, yeah, we hooking back up. And when they bang us in the club, baby, you got to get up. Cause homies, thug homies, yeah, they giving it up. Low life, yo life, boy, we living it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party for show. Slip my girl a 44 when she crept in the back door. Chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in this mother.
Now that we've seen the need and the impact, let's raise a little more money. We're going to introduce some auction items that are available on GiveSmart for you to bid on. These items will only be open on GiveSmart until 9:30 tonight. Be sure you head over and bid now. So the first item is dinner at Morton's with Allen Robinson himself. If you've ever wanted to dine with an NFL star, here's your chance to enjoy dinner with one of the top receivers in the league, Allen Robinson. You and a guest will enjoy a private, intimate dinner with Allen and his guest at Morton's The Steakhouse in Northbrook. Now, this includes dinner for 4 with Allen and his guest, which hopefully ends up being me, mutually agreed upon date in 2021 at Morton's The Steakhouse in Northbrook, Illinois. Let's hear directly from Allen on this exclusive offer.
How are you enjoying your Morton steak dinner tonight? Wouldn't it be a little bit better if we were eating together? When you bid on this package, you and a guest will get the opportunity to have dinner with me at Morton Steakhouse in Northbrook during the off-season of 2021. We'll swap stories and you'll get an insider perspective of what it's like to play in the NFL. Plus, you enjoy one of the best steak dinners in the country. Text Robinson20 to 76278 to bid on this item number 603 now, and I'll see you at Morton's next year.
Dinner at Morton's with Allen Robinson is number 603 on GiveSmart if you feel ready to bid. Next up, the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. During a full-day adventure, you will enjoy a sample of the iconic distillery tours and tastings on what is known as the South Route of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Your private driver will share interesting history as you sit back and enjoy the ride, soaking in the beautiful Kentucky bluegrass along the way. This package includes full-day private chauffeured luxury sedan service for 2, Maker's Mark distillery tour and tasting for 2, your own bottle of Maker's Mark hand-dipped in iconic red wax, Bottle and Bond restaurant on-site Bardstown Bourbon Company, Willett distillery tour and tasting for 4, Four Roses warehouse and bottling tour and tasting for 2, 3-night stay in 2 standard guest rooms, Omni Louisville Hotel or comparable. And here is a video that will give us a sneak peek at how the bourbon is distilled at one of these distilleries, the Four Roses. Listen, after 2020, we could all use a drink. So if the Kentucky Bourbon Trail is for you, it is number 604 on GiveSmart. Now, this next item is one of my favorite tonights for 2 obvious reasons. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan dual set. They both defined their own era of sports and are enshrined in the basketball royalty. Michael Jordan won 6 rings with the Chicago Bulls, and Kobe Bryant won 5 rings with the Los Angeles Lakers. Here is your chance to own a piece of that legacy. This includes an 11x14 frame photo of Kobe Bryant with the NBA championship trophy signed by the late legend, an authentic Bulls jersey signed by Michael Jordan, official Chicago Bulls patch, official Jordan Jumpman patch, Michael Jordan Bulls basketball cards, and an 8x10-inch photos of Michael Jordan. Now let's take a quick trip down memory lane and see how excellent and how similar these 2 legends were on the court.
They both have this competitive zeal that's unmatched.
There's a lot of really great similarities between those 2. Their mentality seems exactly the same in terms of just trying to rip your throat out.
You talk about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, the similarities between the 2 players it's frightening at times. I mean, the way they play, the movements that they have, the way they walk up down the court, it is really, really frightening, the similarity.
People have been talking about comparisons to Michael Jordan for years, but more now than ever.
Why? Let it go.
Can I just ask the question? People get mad at that comparison. I'm mad at it. He's talking about the greatest that ever played the game.
If you want to own that piece of history, the Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan dual set is number 605 on GiveSmart. Now, here's the deal. You messed up with your girl lately. Right now is the time to pull out your wallet. 5-star getaway to wine country. Located just an hour north of San Francisco, experience the best of California wine country at Fairmont Sonoma Mission Inn and Spa. The resort boasts ecothermal-fed pools, farm-to-table dining, and access to championship golf at neighboring Sonoma Golf Club. This includes a 3-day, 2-night stay at the 5-star Fairmont Sonoma Mission Inn Resort and Spa for 2 people. Daily breakfast included, no expiration or blackout dates, bottle of Silver Oak's newest highly coveted Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin limited edition drinking quote collage. The video we are about to play will give you an idea of everything that Napa Valley has to offer.
Welcome to the Napa Valley, a legendary winemaking destination nestled between Northern California's coastal mountains and home to some of the most lush and diverse countryside on Earth. Here, you'll discover the birthplace and heart of America's fine winemakers and finest wineries. In fact, there are more world-acclaimed wineries here in the Napa Valley than in any other single region in all of North America. But the allure of the Napa Valley goes beyond even our legendary handcrafted wines. Indeed, this inspiring place entices visitors for its near-perfect climate. Renowned cuisine, vibrant art scene, spas, golf, and all this is a mere taste of what makes our wine country lifestyle so legendary. Come here to experience the art of living well, to enjoy spectacular scenery, exquisite wine, award-winning cuisine, and one of the most relaxed travel experiences imaginable. Just over an hour north of San Francisco, the Napa Valley is home to 5 distinctive communities. The experience starts with the city of American Canyon, where the valley begins. Next, you'll discover the city of Napa, where the historic Napa Mill meets urban cool at the Oxbow Public Market and showcases the region's finest collection of farm-to-table artisan food and wine purveyors. As you travel further into the valley, you'll visit the hamlet of Yountville, known for its culinary savvy, including the world-famous French Laundry restaurant. Some say that there are more Michelin stars per capita here than anywhere in the country. Continuing up valley, you'll pass Oakville and Rutherford, with historic wineries, all leading to the heart of the Napa Valley in St. Helena, where winemaking began in the 1800s. This charming town, centered along Main Street, has long been a cultural hub of the valley. And finally, at the top of the valley, nestled at the base of Mount St. Helena, you'll arrive at the eclectic town of Calistoga, with its hot springs, cool wines, and warm welcome. For an experience of a lifetime, one to enjoy time and time again, we invite you to visit the legendary Napa Valley.
5-star getaway to wine country. If that seems like what you need a bid on, it is number 602 on GiveSmart. Now listen, kids are about to lose their mind. Next up, video games with Allen Robinson. Your child and their friends will be the envy of their entire school as they will get to do 30 minutes of live stream video gaming with Allen. You must be used during the 2020 off season because listen, he's got to focus. Okay, we are winning right now. Mutually agreed upon dates, and the foundation will coordinate the game and setup. Alan wants a chance to talk a little smack real quick before you go and bid on this once in a lifetime experience.
Do you really want to compete? This experience features a 30-minute session of live stream online gaming with me. We will work together to find a date and time during the off season, and we will pick a game we both can play. Text Robinson20 to 76278 to bid on item number 601 now.
So if you want to be like the coolest parent, aunt, uncle ever, it's number 601, Video Games with Alan on GiveSmart. Next up, Jackson Hole Wildlife Adventure. Discover the beauty and history of Jackson Hole, an authentic Western town surrounded by breathtaking mountains and rustic wilderness. Enjoy a guided safari and fly fishing excursion at Grand Teton National Park, the #1 park in the U.S. wildlife, according to Travel Channel. This includes the half-day guided Grand Teton Wildlife Safari with light breakfast, one-day guided fly fishing on the Snake, South Fork, New Fork, or Green River, 3-night stay in a standard guest room at the Rustic Inn Creekside Resort and Spa, the Lodge at Jackson Hole, or similar accommodations in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Accommodates 2 individuals, book and travel services included, tours and fishing available May through early October. This video will give you an idea of how much fun a summer adventure at Jackson Hole can be. The amazing Jackson Hole Wildlife Adventure is number 600 on GiveSmart. Now, Whiskies of the World, tasting for 20. This is like highly coveted. I want to bid on this one, but I'm kind of busy right now. Experience the flavors and styles of whiskey like never before. Enjoy an evening with Alan Robinson and your friends in your home for an exclusive Whiskies of the World guided tasting for 20 people by Southern Glazer's corporate mixologist. This includes tasting for 20 at your residence or location of choice, led by professional mixologist Daniel Day Oliveira, guided tastings for up to 8 prestigious spirits, guided craft cocktail lesson, catered bites to pair with the whiskeys, virtual attendance by Alan Robinson. Mutually agreed upon date must be used by 3/31/2021. Now let's watch this montage to get us in the mood for a cocktail.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world gone bad.
Whiskies of the World, tasting for 20. Okay, if that suits your needs. It is number 606 on GiveSmart. Now, we have one final special item that Alan is donating for us to auction off. We have his game-worn jersey here, and the winner will have their photo posted by Alan on his Instagram. Let's hear from Alan.
I want to find out who my biggest fan really is. When you bid on this package, you'll receive one of my signed Bears jerseys, and I'll post a photo of you with it to my Instagram story for all my followers to see. Plus, you'll have bragging rights that you are the official #1 fan of Allen Robinson. Text Robinson20 to 76278 to bid on item number 610 and solidify your #1 spot.
Many of these experiences are once in a lifetime. So please be sure you're heading to GiveSmart right now to place your bids. But before you do, let's hear from other friends of Alan's, Justin Roman and Courtney Hall.
Hey, what up? It's Roman from Styles and Roman, also the entertainment host for your Chicago Bulls. Just want to say thank you so much for all the support you've shown Allen Robinson and the Within Reach Foundation. It means the world, not only to Allen and his family, but all of us here in Chicago. With your help, you are helping hundreds of Chicago families get back up on their feet. And I'll tell you what, as somebody who's born and raised right here in the beautiful city of Chicago, it means the world to me that Allen is helping out this city, the best city in the world, Chicago. And again, I want to see you playing for the Bears for a very long time and doing this good work here in Chicago for a long time. So enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you once again for supporting the Within Reach Foundation and Allen Robinson.
Hey everyone, this is Courtney Hall from Chicago Today on NBC5, and I just wanted to stop by and say thank you for being here to support Allen and his Within Reach Foundation. With your support, we are going to help hundreds of Chicago families get back on their feet. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous time tonight and got your drinks with you. Enjoy the rest of the night, and thank you so much for supporting the Within Reach Foundation.
Again, we would like to recognize our sponsors and thank them for all of their support. As we take another quick break, we will showcase our wonderful sponsors again.
On the event, I would like to take a second to thank each and every one of our sponsors that made this night possible. I also like to give a special shout out to our presenting sponsor, Jewel Osco. Without you, we would not be able to continue our outreach here in Chicago, and thousands of kids will be impacted by your support. Thank you for being such difference makers in the community.
We are excited to have with us tonight not only Allen, but several of his Chicago Bears teammates. They're joining us live through a Zoom link tonight to give us a little behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to play in the NFL. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing?
Doing well. How you doing?
Good. Can everyone go through and just introduce themselves one by one so we all know who's here?
Anthony Miller. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Glad to be with y'all today. This evening.
Don't be shy, guys. Go ahead.
Arnell Mooney. I'm Gaston, Alabama.
Ronnie Davis.
Go
ahead. My bad, bro.
We'll have patience through Zoom. Don't worry. Rodney, go ahead. How about you kick off, Rodney? You were going.
Rodney Adams. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. Reggie Davis. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida.
Whoever hasn't gone, you guys, don't be shy now. Come on.
Javon Wells from Miami and Jacksonville, Florida.
No worries.
All right, and last but not least.
Riley Ridley, Broward County, Florida.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Now, here's the deal. They said I could do whatever I want, and I'm on B96. And with artists, I play a game called Kenzie's Quickies, where you just answer questions as quick as you can. So that's what I want to do with you guys. Now, there's no wrong answers. I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Player that is too social to socially distance. Like, who's having a problem with that?
Dudes. Dang. Why I gotta be one that fall on me? I just love y'all, man. That's all.
Wow, boy.
Well, you guys agreed fast. Okay. Most likely to be late for practice because they were like up binge watching a show.
Hey, Mill. Hey, Mill.
That ain't me.
Late.
I gotta go
ahead.
Okay, what show would they be binge watching? What show would they be binge watching?
Yes.
The Casino.
Okay. Who thinks that they have better hands than Allen Robinson?
Right here.
Yeah.
Look at these.
Yeah, look at this cocky groove. Are you gonna take this? This is supposed to be your friends. You gonna let them talk to you like that?
Hey man, I hope they say that. I hope they would say themselves.
All right, number one pastime during lockdown. What'd y'all do? Don't lie. You look ashamed. Some of you. What's wrong?
Call of Duty.
TikToks.
Call of Duty.
TikToks?
What I'm Call of Duty?
I'd probably say Call of Duty.
I'm on the game.
Okay, what TikTok dance did you learn? Like the Savage one, Make the Stallion? What were you
That
learning?
gotta be Darnell.
It might be a walk.
That's Rodney. Rodney can do
The
it all.
WAP?
That boy repertoire huge on TikTok.
Oh, Lord.
The TikTok, the WAP TikTok, the big style.
The WAP? Okay. I didn't see y'all do that. I would love a demonstration. What's your favorite thing about being a Chicago Bear? And I don't want soft answers. This is not Miss America. You know, what's your favorite thing about being a Chicago Bear?
I'm in the NFL.
Okay.
Me.
Y'all getting shy. I know you
doing
get
what
free
we
bottle
love, and we getting
service.
paid
I've
to
seen
do
all
what we
sorts of
love.
stuff in this city. Don't lie.
I mean, we from Florida, so you know the Florida boy, once it get cold out, we ain't stepping out too much.
Stepping out.
So
Okay, what is your favorite dating app? What do you guys use?
I ain't out there in the streets now.
Hey, Juice, go on
Very
answer,
wholesome
Juice.
relationship.
Why I gotta be
doing
the
that?
one?
Yeah,
Juice,
who
I know
doing that?
you
Who
on
doing
them
that?
sites.
Because you're the talkative one. You're supposed to have an answer for that.
Hey, man,
Hey,
listen.
Juice, I know you on all the sites.
I mean, okay, it doesn't have to be a dating app. What app are you most likely to respond to a DM on? It could be Twitter, you know, Snapchat.
Instagram and Snapchat, but I'm more of an in-person type of guy. So.
Well, you can't be right now. You better be careful.
Who can? Oh, yeah,
Okay, last one. What were you most excited to do when we hit phase 3 and 4? After being locked down.
Go out to eat.
Go out to eat? You weren't eating
Go
good
to
at
the
home?
movies. Go to the movies.
Yeah, the movies, really.
It's
Go
a
to
lot
the
of movies that are supposed to come out that ain't dropped yet because of COVID.
I promise you, they like Candyman. Candyman's supposed to come out.
Quiet Place 2.
It's a panorama.
Alan, what were you excited to do? Why are you being so quiet? This is your night.
I said I was most excited. Same thing like Anthony Miller said. I said probably go out to dinner because in the first phase 1, phase 2, I wasn't stepping out at all. So
Good.
phase 4, you know what I'm saying, I can step out, grab some food or something.
But
But like before that, I wasn't stepping out the house.
okay, you guys are safe. Look, you didn't spread anything. Good for you guys, okay? Clearly you can't cook, but that's fine. Thank you guys so much for joining us and having a Kenzie's Quickie with me. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
We spent a lot of time talking about what the foundation is doing now to support the families impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. But the Within Reach Foundation has been making a difference in Chicago well before anyone had ever heard of COVID-19. Let's take a look at what the foundation accomplished last year as part of its mission to improve literacy among local student populations.
I'm a former member of the Boys and Girls Club. I got my membership at age 11, and I remember my mentor at the time, Otis Sanders, he paid my way in, and it let me know that this was a place that took care of kids like me, kids whose moms worked and dads weren't there, opportunities weren't out on the street, and there were no a lot of lighthouse after school programs going on.
I am born and raised in Chicago. I actually grew up about 2 miles west of here, and getting to serve in the community that you grew up in is really rewarding for me. So I get to see my impact kind of as a full, well-rounded spectrum as being one of these youth myself, going to a CPS school, and then kind of completing the circle, now servicing the next generation and cultivating those youth.
My kids just want opportunities to have someone say, hey, you did a good job today, to have someone help them. They just want the opportunity to not be invisible.
It's important for children to have a strong reading background because that is the basis of learning, and when we're talking about having a well-rounded citizen or in having youth reach their full potential, it's hard to really navigate that without those basic reading skills.
Reading affects my members personally. It helps their patience and their behavior. It helps them focus more on tasks that they may have. It allows them to learn and to move at their own pace. And I believe that that's one of the great beauties of reading. It allows us to conquer those words and those stories at our own pace and our own imagination, put whichever face we want to, whichever character we want, and make them as big as we want and as strong as we want. Reading is the last real window to real imagination.
There's many stats that if a kid is not reading at level by 3rd grade, how that determines their trajectory for prison of pipeline systems, for academic outcomes, for graduation rates. Overall, reading affects their education in math, in science, and social studies. So if they don't really have those reading basic skills, it's hard for them to engage.
It's very hard to focus on their A's and B's when they have to focus on if it's safe or not, or if I'm going to be able to eat or not, or again, if school is going to help me.
The children that do fall to the cracks, and what usually tends to happen is, gang involvement, low-income jobs, really living off assistance programs and never really reaching that full potential.
We just have to give them the opportunity and the space that they're comfortable to read. We can't expect them to sit at a desk like it's 100 years ago and read. Some kids like to sit in a bean chair. Some kids like to lay on their back and read with the book up in the air looking at the light. So if we create the space and we give the kids the opportunity, they don't have to duck into a corner in the games room or in another activity area.
The Allen Robinson Reading Zone has really helped engage our students in the Power Hour program. Before, it wasn't our most attractive program, and it is less of a challenge to get our kids to actually come up and do their homework because they want to be in the space and they know that the space is set for that academic setting.
When you help that another kid in your neighborhood, you're helping another kid in your neighborhood not commit to crime, not to give up on themselves. Adults often don't know the effect that their conversations, that their love, that their time reaches when it comes to kids.
We had over 50 kids this summer reach 500 hours of reading throughout our 8-week program, which is about 45 minutes a day of reading. So that was a big, big impact and a big, big push.
And if you have more help, if you have more foundations, more partners, more people bringing in the resources that you need, it makes the job easier. It makes the work easier, and it gets better results.
It's important that the Allen Robinson Foundation gains more partners, more action. I would hate for this to be the only reading zone in the city or even in our agency or clubs throughout the country.
All positive adults should open up into saying, hey, it's not just about me. This kid has to live in this world too. Someone took care of this world for us, so it's our responsibility to take care of it for the next world. And I think this is the greatest work that anyone can do.
Before we close things out tonight, let's hear from 2 more of our celebrity guests, some of my favorite people. Please welcome David Kaplan and Laurence Holmes.
Hey, this is David Kaplan from ESPN 1000 and NBC Sports Chicago, and I just want to thank you all for being here and supporting Allen Robinson, one of the best receivers in the National Football League, and his Within Reach Foundation. Let me tell you something. This guy keeps putting up huge numbers, and he's not exactly playing with Tom Brady each week. Allen, you are phenomenal. You are a Chicagoan. You are great for our community. And you're a heck of a football player, man. And thanks for doing so much to help so many Chicago area families get back on their feet. Let's keep helping Allen. And Allen, go Bears, baby. Bear down.
Hey, it's Laurence Holmes from The Score. I'm so happy to be here for Allen. I'm glad that you're here as well, helping the Within Reach Foundation. You have no idea how many families that you're going to help in the Chicagoland area get back on their feet. It's tremendous that you are a part of this. It's also tremendous that Allen's having a great season. The Bears are off to a great start. It's the best of both worlds. So thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting the Within Reach Foundation.
Before we close out the ceremony for the evening, we have a couple final announcements, and Allen is back with us live to announce the winners for tonight's competitions.
Yes, so for the first one, for the social photo winner, signed football is Eamon Badwin at Badwin88. For the second one is the Give Smart registration winner, Tyler McNamara, who won the signed football, and also Andrew Reisman, who won the signed gloves. And then last but not least, for the $100 donation and the signed cleats goes to my St. Mary's family, Miss Maureen Gross.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alan. The auction will remain open until 9:30 tonight, so please head to GiveSmart right after the event concludes to bid on your must-have items. If you miss out on an item, please consider making a donation to the foundation instead. Your support will create a lifetime of impact. Let's hear from Alan one last time.
Hey, everybody. I hope you had a great time tonight, and thank you for tuning in. Your support means to me more than you know. The dollars raised tonight will help go a long way in providing these kids the resources they desperately need right now. If you have not had a chance to bid or donate yet, please consider doing so. Just a $200 donation can help us feed 4 families for a month. This will go a long way in helping them get back on their feet. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to our entertainer for this evening, DJ Flipside, and our celebrity MC, Kenzie K. Also, big thank you for our presenting sponsor, Jewel Osco, and other sponsors, ticket purchasers, and attendees for making all this possible. Time is almost up on the auction items, but please be sure to share your donation link with your friends and family. Every donation counts. Thanks again for helping us make such a difference.
Like Alan, I want to thank you all for being with us virtually tonight and for making this mission a reality. We've achieved a great deal tonight and are excited for all the outreach we'll be able to perform here in Chicago in the days, weeks, and months to come. Again, I am Kenzie K, and Alan has let me be part of this event year after year. He's an amazing person doing amazing things in Chicago. So thank you and good night.